Welcome back. My next guest knows what it's like to be at the head of the class with something passionate to say. But does Rhodes Scholar and Air America radio host Rachel Maddow feel sympathy for Brittany McComb, the valedictorian who had her mic cut off during a graduation speech? Let's ask her. Rachel joins us now from Miami. Welcome, Rachel.
Hi, Tucker. Nice to see you. You know, I did an unauthorized graduation speech myself from high school.
And what were you? Was your mic cut off in mid-speech?
No, but I think they were too technologically inept to figure out how to do it before it was over. I'm sure they would have loved to cut me off, given what I was talking about. But I wasn't proselytizing, so who knows?
Well, of course, anybody who espouses an opinion and attempts to win others to that opinion is proselytizing by definition. I'm against these speeches in general, because I actually agree with the critics of this speech in a way that it's imposing your views on a captive audience, and I dislike that, which is one of the reasons I resent so many left-wing academics who do that to their students day in and day out. However, the fact that this girl used the word God does not make her speech any more or less religious than your average political speech, which again is a kind of sermon, which I think is every bit as offensive as any religious speech. So if you're going to allow a political speech, you have to allow a speech in which the girl uses the dreaded word God.
You know, using the word God wasn't the problem here. The problem is that she got up and did a proselytizing speech in which she tried to convert people to her religion at a public school ceremony. And there is a distinction in the Constitution between religious speech and other types of speech. That the government can't endorse religion, can't make laws endorsing religion, and this is part of that.
Well, how did she try to convert people? I missed that part. I don't really see, I mean, I don't think there was an altar call or anything like that. I don't think she said, come up and be saved.
Well, Tucker, she said, you know, the Lord our God loves us so much that he gave his only son to die an excruciating death on the cross in order to clear the way for us to go to heaven, those of us who embrace him. I mean, this is not, I want to thank God for all my success thus far and Jesus is really important to me, yay God. It wasn't just her talking about her personal belief. She was actually proselytizing, and that's not allowed in a public school.
I don't know.
And that's
First of all, it is allowed in a public school. Students retain their freedom of speech, even in a public school, believe it or not. The school itself can't endorse proselytizing.
Right.
But I don't think that's an any more ludicrous statement than saying, I don't know, Howard Dean is a capable head of the DNC. I mean, both are statements rooted in faith. You can disagree with one or agree with the other. It doesn't matter. But they're both in the same category, and that's in a religious category. It's opinion. It's belief.
No, religion is different. Religion is a little bit different, Tucker. I mean, there's a reason that religion is singled out in the Constitution in the way that it is. You don't really believe that vegetarianism is a religion. You don't believe that being a Democrat is a religion the same way that you don't believe being a Republican is a religion.
I certainly do. Actually, I sincerely do. And by the way, religion is singled out in the very first part of the Bill of Rights, but it's not defined. And I am hereby defining it. It is a sincerely
as meaning nothing.
No, it means quite a bit, actually. It's just we too narrowly define it. We say if you have a white building with a steeple atop it, it's a religious institution. I'm merely saying any deeply held belief system is a form of religion, and you know that to be true.
Tucker, if you want to define religion so broadly so as to make it meaningless so that there are no more divisions between church and state in this country, you can try to make that argument. You and I both know it's ridiculous.
By the way, that's not my aim. I am all for the division between church and state because I think state pollutes church. And I think it's scary. In fact, I'm against the federal government financing church welfare programs because I think it hurts churches. But that's not the point. The point is freedom of speech. And this girl has it, and it was abridged by a school system afraid of the ACLU, and I think that's shameful.
The thing that is most protective of religion in this country is the fact that it doesn't get into public life. The reason that we have such a strong faith base in this country, the reason that we are such a religious, industrialized nation, among others, is because there's a division between church and state.
I agree. I totally agree.
When that is broken down, when you have proselytizing and public school graduations and all these other things, that hurts religion more than anything else.
You're just not going to convince me that when someone cuts off your mic, that's freedom. But you know what? We can take it up later. Rachel Maddow, tan, fit, rested, ready, live from Miami. Thank you, Rachel.
Thank you, Tucker.
Up next, a mother sues